What's wrong? Oh, I'm sorry. Were you in bed when I called? Oh. Well, don't eat anything if it upsets your stomach. I'm sorry, Mama. Why do you say you'll never see me again? I call you all the time. No, I've been calling you, Mom. I saw you Saturday. I didn't call yesterday. I've been calling you every other day now for... I didn't call yesterday. Right now. But that's only been 2 days. Well, I can start calling once a day, every day. Really? I know. I'll call every day then. No, I can't say when I'm coming. When I'm going to call. Tomorrow I'm going to a Humane Society thing. I'm involved in it. So I'll be gone all day. Yeah. Not much. I take care of my roommate's dog. I eat. Today I cleaned for 2 hours. Cleaned the kitchen, yeah. Trying. Well, it's big. I clean. I need to clean the bathroom. The bathroom's looking kind of funky. What do you mean? Oh, well, no, that's okay. I called to wish you love. I mean, we shouldn't be talking like we were just good. It was too long when we were talking a half hour, an hour, you know. Yeah. They've never not put me through when I've called. Just now I called and she said, can you call back in 10 minutes? I think she was, I know. Well, you know, you're eating that food now, and you were eating really healthy with, I know, but you have to understand your body, you were eating really healthy with me, and I know. I know, Mama. Okay. I'll call again. Tomorrow I'll call, but I don't know if I'll be able to call tomorrow. I guess there's some kind of. They called me to make sure I was coming, because I'm important. I have to represent my city, and I have to. I'm an advocate for the animals. I have to travel really, really far. Just like I travel really far to get to you, hours and hours. I have to travel far for anything, for public transportation, you know. But anyway, that's what I'm doing tomorrow, so I probably won't be able to call you tomorrow. I'm leaving real early in the morning. I won't be back till nighttime. Okay? Mama? But I'll definitely call you Wednesday. What? No, I said I'll call you Wednesday. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I always bring my cell phone with me when I travel really far because I want to make sure I have it. But, I know. Maybe I'll call you tomorrow from my cell phone just real quick when I'm out or something. What? You can't have a cell phone in the hospital, Mom. I can't even bring my cell phone into your hospital. It's for privacy's sake. Nobody was allowed to have a cell phone in the shelter either. You'd get thrown out if you were caught. People tried to sneak them in and they'd get thrown out if they were caught. Okay, Mama, I'll let you go. I love you. Okay? Alright, I love you, Mom. Organic sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds. I haven't eaten anything you could have today except I had a piece of cheese and I didn't share it with you. I ate it fast and I forgot to give you a little piece. But nothing I ate today. Ice cream, nuts, superfood, cacao cereal, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, my delicious pitted dates from Sun Food. Oh, nickel door, whatever, delicious. Mama hasn't eaten anything you could have, but I gave you your pumpkin, and I gave you your dog food. If she completely loses her mind, then she won't be able to talk to me anymore. It'll just be too painful for her. Don't blame her. Don't blame her. I'd rather be in Fantasyland than be accepting that I'm locked up in one of those places and being way too over-medicated. I'd rather escape to Fantasyland. I never risk going near my computer with anything to drink. And last time, the stupid chair was rolling backwards. This was my fault. I had that in my hand, a gallon, holding it. It might have spilled on my computer, but because I wasn't expecting the chair to roll backwards, it startled me. Now I'm aware, and that won't happen again either. I won't. I just don't go near my computer with anything. I don't risk it. Not worth it. I know a lot of people do, and they hope. They're like, oh, I'll never spill anything. And maybe you won't, month after month after month, and it only takes once, and then you've ruined your computer. Not worth it to me. I'd just rather be inconvenienced by having to put my drink somewhere else and then go back to it. Now, question is, when people like me who only eat organic, non-GMO, are going to some kind of party or presentation or bar or what, I mean, then what do? I don't know. When we went to that, his cousin's, his family member's wedding and whatnot, he didn't enjoy it, but he ate the wedding, the food. He had chosen to not have meat, but still it didn't even taste good. That was back when I was eating meat and I got prime rib. It tasted disgusting. It wasn't even worth it. None of the food wasn't good. I've had wedding food that was delicious. It just wasn't. I don't know. I'm not going to eat that food tomorrow just because I'm there and just because I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll have to bring stuff like this. Seeds and nuts and same thing I brought when I went to the hospital to visit my mom. Seeds and nuts and my superfood cereal or bars, health bars, I don't know. I don't want to wear my disgusting old sneakers, so I guess I'll wear my less disgusting, but at least black boots. Even though there's no snow, it's winter, so I can still get away with wearing boots. It'll be better than the disgusting sneakers. That's how I feel. I'll wear my black INC. Those pants, I like them. My mom bought me. Or shall we say that Marion would say I forced my mother to buy me. When I was living with my mom, after I found out she had not 10 but close to 60, did I ask her to buy me stuff on occasion? Yeah. I helped her pick out awesome stuff at Macy's. When she had said, I have all this money, I want to buy you stuff, she would talk about big stuff paying for. I'm like, Mom, Marion's not going to let you pay for big stuff, but we can sneak by. She doesn't know if I have coupons and everything at Macy's, so if you want, you can buy me some stuff at Macy's and just tell Marion that it was all for you. My mom shouldn't even have to do something like that. And she shouldn't even have to feel that way, not when she has so much money. It's one thing if she's poor, but not when she has all that money. She shouldn't have to, but she does have to be that way because that's how the kind of control Marion has over her, and apparently will always have over her. Because believe me, it plays right into Marion's hands. She knows the truth now. I thought I could put some fear in her. I was naive. Saying, my mom told important people what you did. All Marion has to say is, yeah, I told Samantha not to tell Laura about the money because Laura will bleed her dry. Like I know Laura, she'll bleed her mom dry. So I told her to hide from him. There, we've taken care of that. Accusation. Next one. About the power of, that's just Laura, power of attorney to her. Samantha doesn't want any of that. That's Laura. She's putting ideas in her mom's head. And look, she fucked up her mother, tried to put too much pressure on her. Now look, her mom got sick. taking care of that. See, Marion has an answer for everything. And it sounds really good. Just like Cheryl said, people don't want to look under the surface. They don't want to look deeper. They don't want to look to the fact that she's my mom and she wants to buy me stuff. She wants to buy me more than even the little things I've allowed her to buy me, buy for me when but we could get away with it. People don't look under the surface where I'm the daughter and my mom has always wanted everything to go to me should anything happen to my mom. People don't look under the surface that my mom doesn't want me to be shut out of knowing what's going on with her medically. She doesn't want Marion to be the only person to decide if it's a life or death situation, the only person on the healthcare proxy. Mama didn't want any of this. She didn't even, it just happened to her. She didn't even know what was going on. She doesn't remember signing anything, so people don't want to look under the surface. So since people don't want to look under the surface, everything Marion says sounds really good, It's not that Marion wanted the money herself. She's afraid I will bleed my mother dry, so that's why she had my mom hide that amount, the true amount. Makes sense. And now my mom started to do all this crap only because if I pressured her. She didn't really want to do any of this because she's so grateful to Marion for everything. She wants Marion to have you know what I mean? That's what Marion would say. And the proof in the pudding is, look, she started doing all this talking to people only because I wanted her to, and she wound up back in the mental hospital. See, it's all conveniently played into Marion's hands. But the good thing that came out of it is I'm free of Marion. I don't have to be afraid she's going to find out about my internet stuff. I don't have to be afraid of anything. She can hurt me by maneuvering it so I can't know what's going on with my mom or see my mom. Other than that, I'm free of her. I want to fall to the ground in gratitude just over that. But to be free of her, it had to be dramatic. I had to really break free. I had to leave those notes and leave those texts to her and just really let her know that I'm on to her and that my mom was going to change, But now, in the end, she'll hurt my mom more, but I don't believe she really cares about my mom, so I couldn't do it anymore. Couldn't deal with the lies anymore. Just couldn't do it. And I'm glad. I'm glad for it all because there are people that know, even if it's just Cheryl, she knows the truth. She never knew the truth before I went there in a snowstorm and met her and had no idea who she was. I just was reaching out. I know, well, these people deal with the mentally ill. Help me know what to do about my mom, I lucked out with her. She's the type who will listen, who won't just shut you out. She's the type who will see below the surface, won't just shut you out if you're passionate or emotional or excitable or whatever, She'll listen to what you have to say. But while I've been getting closer to her, she's told me, Laura, people shut you out. People don't want to be bothered. They don't want to look below the surface. They see Marion on one side all calm, cool, collected. She could be a killer and they don't care as long as she's saying it in a calm, cool, collected manner, whereas you're all excitable and people don't want to deal with it. She spelled it out to me. She doesn't pussyfoot around. So all I have to say is thank God she's not one of those Marion type people who just won't look below the surface. She was willing to listen to me despite how upset I was. And that's the bottom line. And now she knows the truth and she talks to my mom's social worker who is one of those people that really doesn't want to look below and just wants to be on Marion's side, but Cheryl's not really letting her. She's saying all the stuff that I'm saying and So I hope Marion, it is that meeting. I hope Marion does go. And Cheryl's been talking to me, so everything Marion says, she won't just fall for it. She'll have in the back of her mind my side. It might be better that I can't go, that Cheryl gets to meet Marion, finally meet this person who I've been saying everything about, and then, she'll report back. Cheryl will report back to me about what happened, and she'll be my voice. I don't know what'll come of it, but Marion's so used to everyone listening to her that you never know. She just might become a little unraveled when she sees that Cheryl's not going to listen to her, not going to fall for her, everything she says, hook, line, and sinker. I don't know if it's Marion and Cheryl ever in the same, it won't be me there, so. But I don't regret this. I can't regret it. I regret the fact that Marion now knows that my mom was in the process of defying Marion, and Marion's going to hurt my mom just intentionally over that. But I had to, my mom was sacrificing me, throwing me to the wolves. I had to do this. I had to break free. And imagine if I had stayed. It's looking like my mom's going to be committed. Marion would have... Can you imagine if I had stayed? It's an elderly... I can't live at my mom's house for any length of time. If I had stayed, eventually Marion would have sat me down. Laura, it's just too bad, but your mom is just too... she's really lost it, and I'm sorry, but she would have been all sickeningly sweet like she's been before in the past, but she doesn't realize that I see right through her. And she would have sat me down at this point if had I stayed like a good little girl like I normally would have done, and explained to me, that you need to move out. I have to sell your mom's house. And in the back of my mind, I would be like, yeah, you bitch, and you're going to pocket the money, and it's going to be all legal, and no one's going to think you're doing anything wrong, because why would you keep her house open if she's going to be committed for 6 months and maybe long, you know what I mean? And she would sit me down, and I would be hating her for everything, and I'd have to just sit there and listen to her and be like, yeah, don't worry, I'll look for a place, and see? I'm lucky with this guy. I got this place, and I don't regret the notes. I don't regret anything because the cat's out of the bag. I'm sorry my mom has to be hurt in the process, but if the way my mom doesn't get hurt is for me and my mom, just to continuously perpetuate Marion's lies, perpetuate this lie, this facade, this thing that nobody looks below the surface of what's really going on. No. I'm sorry if my mom has to be hurt, more hurt than she would be if it was still all a big secret. Oh well. I put me first. I put me first. I put me first. And even, there's no way to change it anyway, but I gotta get away from this computer. But I don't regret it. I don't regret it. My roommate's a saint. I'm happy here. I'm free of Marion. I wish my mom could just get out and go live in her home and be with her dog. I don't believe she should live alone and get a roommate. But if that can't happen, I'm free of Marion. It would have happened eventually to my mom anyway, but she'd have to be committed, I had to get away from the fucking lies. They've been going on for so long. We had to hide it from the aunt who's going on for so long. I had to get away from the lies. I had to. My aunt, the other one, died without ever knowing the truth. I tried to tell her the truth. I sent her letters from LA. I said about the part, no, too ignorant. Marion's too good and too ignorant to look below the surface of things. Plus, everyone thinks, oh, it's her sister. Of course Marion loves my mom. It's her sister. Oh, yeah, she loves her so much, calling her up. She's already won, but Cheryl's like, I don't understand what she's getting out of this. What does anybody evil get out of it? She's hurting my mother because she can't get to me. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. And Cheryl's like, well, I guess it's just a rhetorical question. I don't understand what's the point in calling up and doing that to Mom. To drive her more crazy, drive her crazier. To make sure she stays in there. It's not rocket science. not rocket science. It's sad, it's sick, but it's reality. And it just reinforces how I feel anyway. People can say, oh, you feel that way because of what Marion's done to you. Yeah, but my mom used to cry to me in LA. I know what Marion's done to my mother. I know it. I feel it. I see what other people don't see because they don't look below the surface of things. And because my mom perpetuated the lie. And because Matt was dying for a year and slowly, we didn't know he was going to die in the beginning, but towards the end you did. And don't upset the family. Don't want to upset the family. We're not going to rock the boat, nothing, but I'll do it once she does die. But then she was, I'm free. I'm free yet filled with such unbearable sorrow, because I'm free and my mom is locked up, maybe for the rest of her life. But then again, she gave it a good fight. She's not like 20 or 30 or something. She's approaching 70. And her sister was younger than her and passed away from cancer. I mean, my mom's not young anymore, and all kinds of things happen to older, Hers is mental illness, but someone else can be physical illness or creation whole, it sears the soul. Please let me go and embrace death. Puzzled by the brevity, good feelings rise, then cease to be. Courage is to maintain breath. Climb inside and view the depths. Creation whole, it sears the soul. Please